Hey guys, Takisugi here, going to show you a few new gear updates for the North American version of Lost Saga's shop this week. 6 gears in total, so it's going to take a little bit of time here. But let's see how they look first of all before we actually show what they do. So this is IceGodArmor, IceGod Outfit, and traditional Korean helmet, and rocket launcher engine. So this is what it looks like on female. Pretty cute in my opinion. Pretty nice. Change over into male, pardon me. This is what it looks like on male. Not as good looking in my opinion, but I'm sure you could get some cosplay ideas off of that. So trinket looks pretty much the same. So check out the other 3 gears real quick. So MachineGunner Bandana, Alchemist Outfit, and BugWing trinket. So this is what that looks like on male. Get that glow off. Alchemist Outfit, BugWing, and MachineGunner Bandana. Swap over into female. Style, gender, female. There we go. So, change, get that glow off. So that's what it looks like on female. Pretty much no change with the trinket and helmet. Armor is pretty different though. So let's check out what these gears all do. So we'll start with the Alchemist Outfit. So Alchemist Outfit, when you trigger it, you'll hit like a frontal point blank attack pretty much. Initial attacks point blank pretty much a line in front of you. And it'll do a hard stun, which means you can stab off that or whichever. And it will hit grounded as well and put them in restand. So if you want to trigger your attack off that, that's a good option. Otherwise, you can mash your D key. And you'll throw out a bunch of little blocks similar to Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, which this is obviously based off of. So it can be a pretty good edging kind of gear, but you got to keep in mind if you choose to mash after that initial stun and hit with the blocks, it will give them a quick get up status. So keep that in mind. You can't really follow up off that grounded status. But pretty decent armor there, pretty decent. Your helmet, the MachineGunner Bandana. The skill description is kind of funny. War! So after equipping a machine gun and Gatling gun, you move and press D repeatedly. So when you trigger your helmet, you'll go into like a little machine gun status. And the back part will shoot like that musketeer trinket. It will automatically lock onto the nearest people, and it will shoot them. Otherwise, you have the frontal option where you have to actually press your attack key. It'll kind of lock on people and hit them and flinch them. And it does last a while as well, and it will hit in front and back, so you're pretty much okay front and back. And it can be pretty annoying, but you know, it doesn't do the most damage, but it could be a good SD gear probably. So not too bad there. And I can't get it to hit grounded, even though I've seen it hit grounded, but I'm not sure why that happened before and now it doesn't happen at all. But yeah, it's a really interesting skill in my opinion. It's kind of neat, It's like that one Outlaw armor, just a little bit better for the helmet slot. So BugWing, when you trigger it, you go into this rolling dung status on your doing a handstand. If you connect with the rolling dung, the rolling poop, it'll roll someone up into it, and then you can kick them away at any point with your D key. And you can actually move forward a little bit faster with your block key, which will allow you to get into a prime position to toot them off the ledge. You can release this quick as well, so if you want to kick them away really quickly and get them floating towards the edge, you can do just that. But keep in mind, because the way it releases them, they can actually double jump and stuff out of that, so it's not like a hard knockdown or anything. They can do recoveries and double jumps and all that off of that, so it's not a guaranteed edger, but it can make things a little bit easier for edging. It does hit multiple people as well. We'll go ahead and pull out a big crowd here, which will lag me severely, so I can't allow them to be out too long. So there we go, rolling up a bunch of people, kick them away, and there you go. So it does hit grounded as well, which is a bonus as well. So not too bad of a skill. I mean, it seems like it'd be kind of hard to edge with, but if you get them right by an edge, it can make it pretty hard on some people. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. And it does last a while once you have them rolled up as well, so not too bad at all. So let's go ahead and swap back into the other gears and see what they do. Traditional Korean helmet, God of Ice outfit, and the rocket launcher engine. So we'll start with the God of Ice outfit here. Works a little bit like pyrokinetic robe. If you get a full lock on, it will do 4 pulses before freezing someone, and when it wears off, whether it's broken or wears off automatically, it will explode in an ice ball, which will slow surrounding people. If you don't get the lock on, it will simply slow someone temporarily. So getting the lock on is pretty darn decent. It won't hit grounded, but if you lock on to someone before they fall onto the ground, you can actually hit grounded with it because the lock on will remain. And it will hit multiple people as well, which is a really, really good thing. So it's actually pretty easy to lock this one on. You'll see the explosion here. It'll spread to Hawkeye. Well, it spread to Ilgime, not Hawkeye for whatever reason, but it did slow Hawkeye or Ilgime. So not too bad of an armor there. Your helmet skill. Now this is an interesting one. You go into this little kicking mode. Shuttlecock is what it's called or whatever. I've never heard of this. But if you kick someone, you have up to 5 kicks. So 1, 2, 3. You can kick in the air. You can kick on the ground. So you can kick up to 5 times. That's what it looks like. And it does replace you. You can end it a little bit earlier by triggering your helm skill to get you out of the status in case you're in trouble. But otherwise, once you connect it, it'll knock someone up. You can kick someone multiple times in a row. And it can be pretty fun to do that. But what you really, really want to do with this, you want to kick them up once, jump kick them, and that will do fall damage. Do it again, and I missed, unfortunately. But you can juggle off of it if you're running out of passive. But you can get up to 2 fall damages, so let's try to get that. 1, take my time, there we go. There we go. And I can even juggle off of it if I time it right. So get 2 fall damages, then you can juggle off of it. It's just about timing pretty much, guys. So it's a pretty fun skill. Unfortunately, it does not hit grounded. So you can see here, no dice on the grounded. But otherwise, if you can connect with it, boom, 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 and boom, go into a juggle, and there you go. So it can be a really, really fun helmet skill to use. It can be really, really fun. So to the trinket, the rocket launcher engine. Pretty straightforward here. You move back and forth while homing missiles rain down hell from above and put flaming status on people. This will automatically home in, so it can be pretty nice for that. Go ahead and do it on a big crowd here. Light them all up. Get them off my screen before they lag me to death. Way too many heroes. So it's not that bad of a trinket. Let me see if it hits grounded. It does hit grounded as well, so you got that going on for it as well. So not too bad, guys. Not too bad. It can be a nice little SD gear. It seems to lock on pretty well. Keeps you relatively safe while you're using it. Max range is fair distance as well, but it's not infinite range, of course. But pretty fair gears here, guys. Again, there's like an abundance of gears this week, so picking and choosing out of all of them can be kind of tough. If you want my personal recommendations, I do believe the IceGodArmor is pretty darn useful because the lock-on is extremely easy. It's extremely easy. I don't even have to time it. It just stays on a longer lockdown status than the pyrokinetic robes and all that that came before it. The shuttlecock, it's fun, but it only hits a single target, and, you know, doing that in a chaotic team match can be kind of hard to get, like, 2 sequences of that. So I would say that's a fun one if you can afford it. Otherwise, you know, I don't know. Trinket's pretty darn decent. It gives you really, really hard to avoid missiles and puts nice flaming stats on them, which means you can go into a nice follow-up with a ground skill or a ground attacks on a character. Alchemist armor, you know, I think that's kind of outdated myself. I think there's better. You could do better. MachineGunner Bandana is cool, but I don't think it's that great. BugWing, I think is really, really fun, but practicality, I don't know how good it would be. I think it would be useful to lock people up in this for a while your teammates, like, you know, wail on someone else. You can see it lasts a really, really long time. And you can kick people off a pretty fair distance and possibly edge them. But yeah, it's okay. That's okay. So my personal preference, I would say, would be IceGodArmor and the BugWing, and then the traditional Korean helmet, and then maybe the Alchemist armor if you got a stabby kind of character. Otherwise, MachineGunner Bandana. And what was the last one? Rocket. Actually, you know what? Put Rocket Launcher Engine into 3rd place. So IceGodArmor, bug wings, rocket launcher engine, and then you can just do whatever after that. That's my personal recommendation. If you see something you think's useful for you or think looks cool to reskin or whatever, or make yourself look cooler, or it might be useful for your character, go for it, guys. Go for it. That's just what I would choose. I got them all naturally, but it did cost quite a bit. So, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video here. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Don't ask me why I just equipped the Alice armor, by the way. I screwed up. Here, have a flower.